Right, good morning. Morning for me anyways. That's why I got my coffee here. In fact, let me get a swig of that. Oh, gotta have my coffee. Got a couple of real quick movie reviews for Stephen King. As you know, I've been reading the early works of Stephen King. That is, if you've watched this channel at all. So, I recently read both The Shining and Salem's Lot. So I'm going to do a quick review of the films. The first one up, Salem's Lot. Now, I gave the book a 4 out of 5. Can't say the same for the television adaptation. This was a 1979 television adaptation of Salem's Lot, rated PG, directed by Tobe Hooper. Of course, the guy that directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist. So this film came right between both of those. It was okay. I give it like a 3 out of 5. David Soul from Starsky and Hutch plays the author, Ben Mears. But a lot of the material in this adaptation has been changed. I mean, a lot. To the point there, it's just not a great adaptation, in my opinion. I mean, for one thing, they changed Barlow. I mean, if you look at Barlow there, he looks like Nosferatu. That's not how he appeared in the novel. It does have some good, vampire work with the kids like scratching at the window. That's kind of unsettling. Jeffrey Lewis is probably the best scene in the entire film, in my opinion, when he's sitting in the dark in that chair and he's like, "Look at me, teacher. Look at me." That's pretty creepy, but that's about it. So, Bonnie Bedelia was in this as well. James Mason. Probably never watch it again. It was good for a watch, but it's not something that I'll probably ever revisit. So, there you go. I'll probably end up donating that to my local library so they can stick that in their collection so that the Stephen King fans out there can have access to that movie to watch. The second one that I got, I actually found this at a Goodwill the other day, believe it or not, and picked this up for $1.50. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. This is an adaptation of Stephen King's novel. This came out in 1980, so very early on in that time frame. This has Jack Nicholson, of course, and his iconic "Here's Johnny." How could you not know that? I know that. I'd never even seen this film in its completion, but I've seen bits and pieces of it, and this film's so much in the cultural zeitgeist that, like, everybody knows it. On the back of this, Jack Kroll from Newsweek says, "the first epic horror film," and I don't know if I would agree with that, but, as a horror movie, I didn't really find it scary. What I did find it was unsettling. Kind of just the atmosphere of the Overlook Hotel, the way that Kubrick shoots it, it's just kind of ominous. And as an adaptation of Stephen King's book, it's a complete and total failure. All right? But as a film, it's great. I would give this like a 4.5. A 4 or 4.5 out of 5. It's completely different from the book. A lot of the things from the book that I just thought were stupid, like the fire hose chasing the kid and the hedge animals coming alive, they're not in the movie. And I was like, thank heavens they're not in the movie, because that would have looked dumb. But things that are in here, the Grady twins, or the Grady girls, the 2 girls, right? The blue dresses, they're in the film. I was expecting them to be in the book. They weren't in the book. So I think a lot of people, when they think about the book, they're getting the book and the movie confused with each other. Let's just put it this way. I'll never read the Stephen King book ever again. I will rewatch this movie probably around Halloween, because this is a pretty good horror flick. So Jack Nicholson is always great playing the crazy guy. Yeah, I like this. The ending's completely different, but I like it. Now I hear all the Denis Villeneuve fans saying, "Why didn't you like Dune?" Because I am a Dune fan. That's why. And it's too difficult for me. I'm just going to tell you my bias, okay? I'll tell you right now. As a movie, Dune visually is amazing. As an adaptation of the book, which is what I went in expecting, what I was looking for, it's a complete total failure. As an adaptation of the source material, this is a complete total failure. But guess what? I didn't think the book was that great. So, the book, the movie, yeah, there you go. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. All right. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.